Self-deception. I wanted to be that person that I saw. I wanted to be that next big thing. I wanted to be feared. I wanted to be respected. And see, some of us don't even realize just because we come to a school like this, yes, it's privileged, but we feel like we're better. We feel like we have more entitlement and not have the self-awareness of who you really are. When you know who you really are, I'm talking about really looking yourself deep in the eyes. Because so many people, we're good with masking things. We're good with covering things up. We're good with telling a lie to ourselves just to make ourselves feel good. We're good with putting on the latest shoes and the latest clothes just for other people to like us. But in our reality, we don't even like ourselves. Deep down inside, some of us, Father, have walked out on us, like my father did. Some of us don't have the best relationship with our mom. Maybe it's somebody in your family that's taking care of you. Maybe your family maybe it could have been a divorce that caused you to think certain ways. And so when you look at a lot of things, do you really know who you are deep down inside? Have you really took a moment just to sit back and say, you know what? Let me ask myself this question. Who am I? I mean, I know who my friends think I am. I know who I portray to be. But really, who am I? Sometimes you got to do some deep searching. Sometimes you got to look deep into my eyes when you look in the mirror. Now, I ain't talking about when you're trying to put the waves in your head, when you try to twist your hair, when you get that fur. I'm talking about really looking at yourself and saying, you know what? Who am I? Because a lot of times it's good for us to cover up the hurt and the confusion. And sometimes the things that we cover up, it comes out in other places. Like when you have close relationship with people, I don't trust you too much because a lot of people have walked out of my life. And so sometimes we can put this mask on to be as something as someone that we're not because we got a lot of confusion, we got a lot of turmoil, we got a lot of trauma that we're dealing with inside of ourselves. And so we got to learn how to channel that. And sometimes when I'm telling you to channel something, I ain't talking about putting on the latest clothes. That ain't fixing nothing. I ain't talking about hanging around with the popular people. That don't fix nothing. When I'm talking about fixing something, I'm talking about you dealing with this right here. You dealing with that right there. Ask yourself, when you by yourself, and see, one of the biggest things I always tell people, you can lie to everybody, but you can't lie to yourself. You know the true you. You don't have to respond. There are so many of these people right here that sits in this classroom and afraid to be a leader. Afraid to be a leader. Afraid to be a person to be positive. What does positive look like? Positive person ain't the person that's not always trying to be cool. A positive person know who he is. A positive person have self-confidence and aware of himself. So I don't have to fit in. A positive person like myself would say, hey, listen, I know you having problems with focusing. Bro, put your phone down. Like, bro, you always texting me. That's why you can't focus. I'm not afraid to step up and say what the problem is. Hey, the problem is not that you can't read. The problem is, bro, listen, you worried about everybody else and what they think about you. A person that have a positive attitude and leadership qualities to say, hey, Jack, bro, I like your hair. Smile more, man. Frey, you don't have to pop off with everybody. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. The issue with so many people who have anger issues, they always feel like they got a point to prove. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody, Frey. And let me tell you something. The only stupid question you can ever ask is not asking at all. That's the stupidest thing you can ever do, is not ask. Stupid. So I'd rather not ask the question and fail than not ask the question and try to look cool. Goes back to what? Because you want to ask it. I don't understand. I want to ask. But if I ask, my man he gonna sniffle. Then he gonna sniffle. Then I look stupid. So he said comprehension. So give me another word for that. Comprehension. I ain't gonna write comprehension. Maybe give me another one. Understand. I take understanding. I take understanding. And here's one of the things when you talk about self-deception, self-awareness, and having confidence. Let's start for the first one. and I love to interact, and I like to get everybody involved, because when you're dealing with somebody who's dealing with self-esteem issues, I leave here. I go back home. I go back to my whatever I do. But guess what? Y'all sit here every single day, and y'all see the person who's struggling with self-esteem issues. So are you willing to help the person who just verbally admitted saying, listen, I have self-esteem issues? Or would you go every single day and ignore the fact that the person who's dealing with self-esteem issues can one day potentially commit suicide? It's real. It's real. Jack. I went to school with Jack. I was in the classroom with Jack. I knew Jack. We ate lunch together. Jack verbally told me in front of everybody, I deal with self-esteem issues. I don't like myself. I don't like my hair. I don't like where I come from. I don't like. And sometimes when people say I don't like so much, they feel like they're better off taking their own life than existing and living. That's facts. It happens every single day. Young people commit suicide every single day. From being bullied, cyber bullied, physical bullied. It happens.